Alright, this is Dustin again, and I want to thank you for watching another battle report. This is a 2400 point, no special characters match in practice for our tournament this weekend. October 28th at Gamers Haven in Spokane, which I'm going to try to take pictures to do battle reports for that as well. Starting with my list, going top to bottom since we're doing Battle for the Pass. I took 18 Warriors of Tzeentch with shields, standard musician, no champion, no magic banners. Below that we got 8 ogres with great weapons, marked Slaanesh. Below that we got another unit of 18 Warriors of Tzeentch with just hand weapon and shield. Behind them we got 24 Marauders with great weapons, standard musician, marked Slaanesh, acting as a character bunker. I've got my Heaven's Sorcerer Lord, a level 2 Fire Sorcerer, and my Battle Standard Bearer with the Banner of the Gods. Banner of the Gods gives every unit within 6 inches Stubborn. So I figured I'd try this out and see if it'll work. Kind of a gimmicky list, but I think it has promise. Then I got my Hell Cannon, and my Dragon Ogre Shoggoth with additional hand weapon. Matt's High Elves, he's got 2 Eagles in the front, 11 Archers down at the bottom. Then on the bottom right we got 5 Dragon Princes with full command, Repeater Bolt Thrower, I think it's 35 Sea Guard, 20 with the Battle Center Bearers in there, great weapon, Guardian Phoenix, and Armor of Calidor, I believe. That's his favorite gear for him. Then we got 20 White Lions with his Archmage, Ethereal with all magic weapons count as mundane. Also, he's got the Ignore My First Miscast item. Above that, we got 20 Phoenix Guard with the Banner of Sorcery and his level 1 High Elf Mage. And then for the roll the first turn, I rolled a 7. Got to finish deploying first, so I got to go first on here. On to turn 1. Chaos turn 1. Everything moved over, I moved up using keeping my formation with my combat units on the left. My Hell Cannon passed its leadership test, so it marched forward 12 inches, and my Shoggoth moved up on top of the hill to threaten the Eagle and the Archers. Magic, I successfully cast Comet Casadora, which he dispelled using dice, and everything else is pretty much out of range. I didn't get a lot of casting dice. No shooting, no close combat. On to High Elves turn 1. High Elves turn 1, Matt decided to hang back with most of his troops, preferring to use some magic and shooting to try to limit my effectiveness. He sent the Eagle up to redirect my Hell Cannon. Magic phase went pretty good for him. He reduced the initiative of my ogres. He's using Shadow for his sorcerer or his wizard lord, so he could cast Pit of Shades. Pit of Shades went off and it scattered off the unit, so it didn't actually do anything. He cast Enfeebling Foe on my Hell Cannon. I believe he irresistibly forced that one, and so he used his item to ignore the first miscast, and I reduced my Hell Cannon's toughness by 3, so he's a toughness 3 Hell Cannon. He then proceeded to shoot my Hell Cannon with everything he had. Did 3 wounds to it, all of which went to the crew, so now I have a leadership 4 Hell Cannon. That's toughness 3. So that was great. Okay, on to Chaos turn 2. Alright, Chaos turn 2. I keep my formation and move up my combat troops. Hell Cannon fails his leader test and rampages into the Eagle. The Shoggoth marches up right in front of the Archers, keeping the Archers between him and the Dragon Princes. And magic was, I did cast Common Casadora again. This time he used his Dispel Scroll, Destroy Spell Scroll. So it automatically dispels the spell. He did successfully roll a 4 or better and negated my Comet for the rest of the game. I was casting fireballs at his white lions. I think I killed a couple of white lions with Fireball. And I didn't dispel the toughness debuff on the Hell Cannon, which he proceeded to do no wounds, and the Eagle did 1 wound to it, so they sat there. Okay, on to High Elves turn 2. Alright, High Elves turn 2. Yeah, he basically didn't move up anything. He hopped his Eagle in front of my Ogres to try to slow him down a little bit. Again, he miasmaed my Ogres to drop their initiative down. I think he did the big one to drop their initiative and speed down, but only by 1, so it wasn't a big deal. Cast Pit of Shades again. I think it was irresistible. Yeah, it was irresistible. It scattered over, killed 1 ogre. I was okay with that. The miscast, as you'll see in the next picture, which we'll show you now, has took out half of his white lions. So that was good for me. Eagle and cannon just whiff at each other again. Archers did some shooting, didn't really do anything. So on to Chaos turn 3. Alright, turn 3 for the Chaos. Pretty decent turn for me. The Shaggoth charged into his archers. He held. The Ogres charged the other Eagle, and he chose to flee. He didn't flee very far, and so I ran him down. I ended up right in front of the building. We're actually calling the little grave thing as a building, which is fine. I moved up my other troops in the magic phase. I cast Harmonic Convergence successfully on the Ogres. I cast Ice Shard Blizzard on his remaining white lions to give him -1 to hit. I cast Curse of the Midnight Wind on his Phoenix Guard to give him re-rolling all 6s, which is very annoying for High Elves. And I also cast Fireball at his white lions to take out another 6 or so, doing the second level one. So I got off every spell I wanted, every traffic spell I tried to, and he was unable to dispel. He made first dispel attempt was pretty bad. The Hell Cannon did a wound or 2 to the Eagle, 1, and broke it and ran it. Didn't run it down. I also was able to dispel the toughness debuff on the Hell Cannon as well. So all in all, a pretty good turn for Chaos. The Shaggoth killed 5 of his archers, and then I held. I did not run him down on purpose. I wanted to hold, so I'd be farther away from his Dragon Princes. Alright, on to High Elves turn 3. Alright, High Elves turn 3. With all the debuffs, he chose not to charge into the building to engage my Ogres. Probably a smart move. His archers and his Eagle both did rally. His Dragon Princes didn't want to take a lot of dangerous terrain tests, so they didn't charge the Shaggoth, which was probably okay. His archers, or Sea Guard, and Bolt Thrower combined to kill 4 Chaos Warriors, auto by bottom unit. And that was pretty much it for the turn. He cast some spells, but it either didn't work, or he didn't cast a lot. So on to Chaos turn 4. Alright, correction. His Eagle did fail its leadership check and proceeded to run off the board. I believe I remember that. So on Chaos turn 4, the Hell Cannon failed its leadership test to Rampage. I knew he was going to have to get to the closest enemy unit, and it probably would have bumped into the Shaggoth anyways. So I declared a charge with the Shaggoth at the archers. He fled. I did not catch him, so I tried to redirect into his Dragon Princes. That's right. I needed like a 9 to get to him. Didn't make it, so the Shaggoth failed charge out to there. Then the Hell Cannon proceeded to rampage 12 inches right behind the Shaggoth. Pretty good place to deal with the Dragon Princes later, I thought. Did some moving up with my units. I tried to cast Harmonic Convergence in the bubble, so giving all my units reroll 1s. He dispelled that. Then I proceeded to get Curse of the Midnight Wind off in the bubble, which will affect all 3 of his combat units. Just in case he decided to charge. And that was pretty much it. My ogres went into the building. So there's one ogre on top of the building to mark where they are. And everything else kind of just moved up. So on to High Elf turn 4. Alright, on High Elf turn 4, his Dragon Princess charged my Shaggoth. No problem there. He did fail one of his guys went into the forest, and so he had to take 1 dangerous terrain test and proceeded to fail that. So it was 4 guys on my Shaggoth. All of his other units decided not to charge, not wanting to deal with that Curse of the Midnight Wind, and he liked his defensible position behind the wall on his 2 combat units for the -1 to hit. So he thought it'd be better to hang back and give another round of shooting a try. He was able to take out another Chaos Warrior with shooting. He did the Big Miasma. He miscast again doing the Big Miasma and reduced their weapon skill, speed, movement speed, initiative, everything by 3. So my weapon skill 2 Chaos Warriors with movement 1 facing off his huge unit of Sea Guard. He tried to cast his the strength debuff, but I did stop that. I did dispel that one. That was pretty much it. His Dragon Princes did kill the Shaggoth, break him in combat, ran him down, and overran into the Hell Cannon. So I'm down a Shaggoth. On to Chaos turn 5. Chaos turn 5, another good round for the Chaos. My top warriors were in the flank of his Phoenix Guard. So I declared that charge. He didn't really have anywhere to go, so he had to hold, which worked out well for me. I don't remember what. I think he might have stopped all my spells this turn. My ogres came out of the building to face the Phoenix Guard just in case the warriors didn't break them. My bottom warriors tried to charge his Sea Guard. He got a stand and shoot, didn't kill anybody, but it was 8 inches away, so I needed a 7. Couldn't roll it, being movement 1. It didn't quite make it. So I wiped out his Phoenix Guard with his level 1 mage and the banner sorcery. So that was good. In combat, his Dragon Princes put on 2 wounds on the Hell Cannon, so it's half dead. But it holds because it's unbreakable, which I love about the Hell Cannon. And that was pretty much it for Chaos turn 5. Good turn. Alright, High Elves turn 5. We had a small discussion about, going for the Gusto. And if he charged his Sea Guard into my smaller warrior unit and got off Occam's Mind Razor, he should be able to wipe him out. Thought that was probably his best shot at getting some points out of this game. So he charged his Sea Guard into my warriors. Step 1 successful. Did not get Irresistible Force, rolling 6 dice for Occam's Mind Razor. I used my Dispel Scroll to stop it. Point for Chaos. However, even though I killed 7 of his Sea Guard with his charge and 3 ranks and standard and battle standard and war banner and all of his stuff. He ended up winning by 2. He killed like 3 warriors and won by 2. I was stubborn thanks to my banner on an 8 with a reroll. Couldn't do it. So they fled and got ran down for their troubles. That's what happens. His bolt thrower turned and took out my 3 hanging marauders off the back of my unit. Or he might have targeted my ogres. I'm not sure. I think he might have pit of shades my ogres again and killed another ogre. Not a big deal. My warriors in combat with his white lions, they turned to face, and he killed a couple of warriors. I killed the rest of his white lions, but he made his break test to stay in combat, so good for him. My hell cannon killed to the man all the dragon princes, so go hell cannon. That was the end of High Elves turn 5. Warriors turn 6. I'm trying to mop up some points, make sure I have the win. Hell cannon failed his leadership test on a 4. Shocker. Rampaged right into his archer unit, which, since it's a random movement, it had to hold. My marauders turned sideways to face the sea guard. Not really anything they can do. Ogres are kind of stuck between a rock and a hard place, so they're just going to sit there and look awesome. I 6-diced the big fireball, irresistibly forced it, and did the 2 wounds I needed to kill the bolt thrower, so collected 100 points there. The miscast killed like 10. It was a calamitous detonation, which he passed his 4+ to not be removed completely, but my level 2 did take a wound, and I killed like 11 marauders, but they're Slaanesh, so they don't care. In combat, his sorcerer lord or wizard lord didn't kill anybody, but I didn't kill him because I didn't have any magic weapons there. So I win combat, but he made his break test. I only win by 2, 1 rank and a banner, so I only win by 2. He made his leadership 7, stays in combat. So on to High Elf turn 6 and finish the game. Alright, High Elves turn 6. It's the last picture. He cast some shadow spell. I don't remember which one. But it enabled him to swap places his Archmage with his Battle Standard Bearer. So his Battle Standard Bearer is fighting my warriors. I thought this was a bad move, but it turned out to be a pretty good move. He went from automatically losing combat to getting 3 strength, 6 attacks, and his character has 2+ armor save, 5+ ward save, rerolling misses. So he ended up killing 2 more warriors. I did 1 wound to him, and he's a standard, so his standard cancels out my standard. Or actually, I think he killed 3 warriors because he won combat by 1. With that, I needed to make my break test. I failed the first one, passed the second one, so the warriors stayed. Didn't lose those points, which was good. His archers ran off the board, so those points were gone. And he shot some arrows at some guys, but it didn't change the outcome of the game. So, yeah, thoughts about Battle for Pass. It gives the defensive armies a huge board. I mean, I didn't get in combat until turn 4, really. So if he had more ranged abilities, it would have been pretty good for him. But since I could walk up to him almost undamaged and get into him with nowhere for him to flee, that kind of hurt him. It probably would have been better to be out more and had more table to play with. Because I only lost 1 unit of warriors and my Shaggoth. He lost his White Lions, his Phoenix Guard, his archers, his Dragon Princes, the Bolt Thrower, a mage. So yeah, it was a pretty decisive victory for the Chaos. I'm liking this list so far, so we'll see how it does in the tournament. Hope you watch those battle reports too. Thanks.